we came from a walk that involves walking for a treaty and the meaning of treaty and what is beginning to be what the government is looking at in terms of the termination framework of White Paper 2.0. And we walked from Cochrane, Ontario, and we're in Edmonton, Alberta now. We started walking in May 7, 2019. And we are here to pause, to be here to discuss and to elevate the discussion through people that want to talk about what it is that what the meaning of treaty is, and at the same time to elevate discussion within the community, the surrounding communities of Edmonton, Alberta, and also to speak directly to the media in regards to what it is that we ended up in here at Edmonton, Alberta, going towards the mountains in the area of Hinton and Jasper area.
I think for myself it was where my partner was really just moving around and really thinking hard about what the 2.0 white paper meant. I mean, I was really paying attention, but I could see him really fidgety and going out for walks, and I knew something was happening to him that I noticed was different. So then he said, "We're going to walk." We just decided one day we were going to walk, and then I said, "Okay." Then I decided we were going to walk.
And when I began to realize what that termination framework 2.0, I started to think in relationship to the treaty of how it was invading our integrity, our ethical values in regards to having had some component of towards some meaning of stability after the issue of Indian residence school, the issue of and what was beginning to happen with 60 scoops, and also the CAS issue of what it is that they were not listening or not participating. Now the treaty was coming into the picture, and how it was dwindling down to somewhere, leading again to something in regards to our grandchildren and the children that are not here yet, the ones that are coming, and how, and the total factor, this was real and this was reality, and then started to look at how I'm going to follow protocol, initiate a protocol, and to walk towards the west to the mountains. As we started to encounter more and more of discussions, we realized this was serious, and the elevation of bringing that topic when we came to the Battlefords, and what we learned from the Battlefords in regards to Big Bear and the descendants and the gathering from there, and to point to the mountains, the symbols of those mountains, the purpose of those symbols of those mountains in regards to the Constitution, and also the governance in our sovereignty, and then to run into the community of Edmonton, of the discussions that was beginning to be visited in a structural process, but at the same time that those elevation of discussion meant that there was a formation that it meant that they needed to be in there, and that's where that pause came into to stop here at the same time to get more discussion, to elevate it, more of how discussion can be done in regards to the dialogue process, and that's where the meaning of how far we came and where we are here in Edmonton.
When we were walking and, being on the land and how connected we felt, like there was nothing that could affect us in any way. We were with the land, and we had our water when we drank it. And then we get closer to these towns, and then a society and how a society is, then it changes us, and how serene and calm we felt on the road by ourselves with nobody around. And then all of a sudden you come to cities and everything just comes in, overwhelms us. And how important the land is to us because of the ceremonies, how the ceremonies are from the land, and what we use, all the medicines from the land, everything that we do from the land that we're connected to.
This meaning of bringing the treaty and the meaning of treaty within reality, and at the same time bring it into focus of why treaty is very, very important to us, and why treaty is connected to who we are, and the meaning of the treaty in regards to future generations, and the meaning of that treaty when it was visited from the Queen and their delegation, and how the indigenous leadership and did what it is, that the meaning of it, and how that escalation of our integrity within it, and our values within it, and to think ahead of what those meant, and how our ancestors and our descendants had direct link to it. And then we run into it into 2019, and they call it 2.0. In 1969, the father, what he wanted to do of that white paper 1.0, and the whole element of how the knowledge keepers that are not around today, the ones that the medicine people, the woman in regards to the matriarchs, in regards to all that created that movement of standing up and presenting what it was that we're running into in 2019, and how the formulation of what this Trudeau is in regards to 2.0, and also realizing that there is a serious factor in regards to what it is that we're dealing with in regards to future generation, but at the same time of how the relationship of our Okima Ostutin, the one that represent that hat in regards to the meaning of that hat, and the direct relationship to what the foundation of some of those symbols that come into the picture in regards from the mountains, and in regards to the land, of what that land creates in the Constitution to it, and at the same time to the symbol, the creator, and at the same time the creation of our foundation of the Constitution through that, and then again to what it is that elevates the status. Again, it all has that substance, it all has that formulation, and then we are in front of it. She said we spend a lot of time walking down the road, then reality sets in. We can drink the water from certain places that we have to And then we look at the abundance of land, and then say, oh, we're going to be invited to a reserve over there. And then we get over there, and and there's certain square miles of it, and the whole meaning of all this that we see, and then we have to almost go to that in the way it's formulated in the whole, and how society has evolved in regards to telling us the truth, telling us to point out the truth in regards to where we are, who we are, and how we're limited to what it is that we're connected through the treaty in regards to the resources that it points to in regards to our role and responsibility in our presence. And and that's why I said this pause is taken seriously, because I don't want to go to the mountains, to those sacred mountains, just because I want to finish that walk or get it over with, or somebody to say, oh, nice, you did a good job. I say, oh, wait a minute, this is serious. I need to pause this. And how I'm going to pause it is this: I'm going to visit what exists in 2019 in Edmonton, Alberta, with all the people that have elevated their status within our humanity as Indigenous people that represent what it is that we're looking into in reality in 2019, plus the ones that are not here yet, and our present grandchildren, say, through the education system, to the formation of languages, to the base of what the land and what it is that we understand in regards to the integrity and the inherent and sovereignty in regards to who we are as a nation, and in regards to all these. What does it mean? It means not according to what is being described from society's perspective, but what it is that we represent. 21 grandchildren. It's not that he has 21 grandchildren. That's blood, spirit blood, and human blood. That has a direct relationship to those things that I described in regards to what it is that has a relationship to the foundation of what it is in regards to what we represent in the whole meaning of that. To justify the meaning of those mountains and those symbols, and what it is that we're looking at seriously in regards to pausing here, but at the same time to say to society, it is serious, we need your help, we need your participation, and we need allies.